Thank you, Mr. President. I rise in support of Amendment 20. Ticket scalping in America is out of control. Today's predatory resale market bears no resemblance to what many previous generations experienced. It is no longer the local Boston guy standing outside the Garden selling Bruins tickets for a few extra bucks. Today's resale market is highly sophisticated, private equity-backed, multi-billion-dollar industry. Professional brokers use sophisticated software and shell companies to purchase large quantities of tickets, and immediately relist them at dramatically inflated prices. Ticket prices for major tours are often scalped and relisted at 5 times, 10 times, we've seen up to 100 times their face value on resale websites. This month we saw that here at home during Noah Kahan's historic Fenway Park concert series. Fans saw firsthand how broken this system has become. The artist in Fenway set the highest ticket price at $400 and an average ticket price of just $125. But tickets for Friday's show appeared on the scalping site StubHub for between $900 and $39,000. The artist does not get that money, and in most cases, the venues and their workers do not either. The money instead flows out of our pockets, out of music lovers' pockets, out of fans' pockets, and into the hands of billion-dollar, private equity-backed, ticket scalping software companies. In fact, last week, StubHub and its CEO, Eric Baker, were hit with a class action lawsuit over the CEO's ownership interest in Andro Capital, a fund dedicated to buying up and reselling tickets on the secondary market. This system, like so many in America right now, makes it so only the wealthiest people can afford things like seeing their favorite artist, while many fans go into debt or pay the equivalent of half a month's rent just to see the artist and musician that they love. This is a uniquely American problem. In Europe and in much of the world, artists and venues come together, agree on ticket prices, and that's it. That's what the fan pays. During Taylor Swift's Eras tour, I know there's a lot of Swifties in Massachusetts, many fans found it was actually cheaper to pay for concert tickets in Europe, get round-trip airfare to Europe, pay for hotels in cities like Stockholm and Sweden and Paris, France, than it was to buy a ticket in their very own city. And that is because the average ticket to see Swift in America was $2,600 compared to the European leg of the tour, which was only $340. That's 87% cheaper. We must put an end to a predatory billion-dollar scalping industry and make music affordable and having fun affordable for Massachusetts residents. We must close the great divide between the face value of tickets and what they were sold on the secondary marketplaces. And our policy does just that. Our policy caps the resale prices at 110% of the original ticket price, or a 10% increase over the original price. It prohibits speculative tickets, or so-called ghost tickets, where resellers advertise and try to sell tickets that they don't even actually own. We've seen huge disruption around that during some of the World Cup games. And ultimately, it gives power back to artists to set their own ticket prices and allows fans to affordably see the artists they love. It helps smaller artists and improves economic activity in our state and helps improve the creative economy in our state. People only have so much money to spend on concerts. They may have just $1,000 a year to spend on that form of entertainment, and if all of that is spent on one Noah Kahan ticket, where 60% of it goes to a scalper, then that is $600 not spent locally at other venues in our state with smaller and emerging artists that are losing that support. So you and we, music lovers in Massachusetts, should not have to choose between paying our bills and seeing our favorite artists to experience live music. I want to thank the nearly 40 major New England artists, from Noah Kahan to members of Aerosmith to the Dropkick Murphys and MGMT and the Pixies and many more, who have signed on to support this legislation and this amendment here today. And I want to thank the 16 different small venue associations, fan organizations, and different types of venue organizations and unions from across the country that have signed on to support our legislation as well. And I want to thank Senator Feingold for his leadership on reining in a predatory ticket market, and of course the Senate President, Chair of Ways and Means, and their teams for helping us craft this really important amendment. Thank you, Mr. President. I hope my colleagues will join me in support.